Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Addis Dialogue with the program. I'm Shifarao, and my guest today is Addis Asrat, who is the district governor at Rotary International, covering Ethiopia, South Sudan, Eritrea, and Kenya. You might be wondering as to what Rotary International is. It is a global network of 1.4 million like-minded professionals with this objective of coming up with positive and lasting changes and impacts in their communities and in themselves. Do stay with us. Azeb, thank you so much for joining me and for making the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much as well for getting in touch with us, to know us better, and also to help us grow. My name is Addis Asrat. As you said, I'm the district governor for Rotary International, and the district covers 4 countries. It's Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Kenya. I am the 98th governor in the district. The first, yes, female governor, and I am also the first in Ethiopia.
Wow.
So these firsts really give you the energy and the enthusiasm that we need to grow Rotary and volunteerism in Ethiopia.
Rotary International is a global network of over 1.4 million people, bound together with this common objective of coming up with lasting solutions and lasting impacts within the communities and with themselves, right? What more can you tell me?
Rotary was established in 1905 in the United States, a state called Chicago. And 4 business and professionals, friends, got together and they started saying that we can really benefit from each other. One was a lawyer who's actually the main person, who's called Paul Harris, and he was a lawyer. So they said, why not we take advantage of each other? There is a business here, there is a profession here, so we can always blend it in order to get together and chat and exchange information and pass knowledge as well. So based on that, they started to meet each other every week. When they meet weekly, they were discussing few things about society, communities, needs. So at one stage they said, why don't we meet at our households? We can meet and we can discuss our issues as well at the same time in a home setting. Right. So they started going around, and at one stage, they needed to get into the bottom of naming what this club should be or team should be. So they said, since we are rotating from one house to the other, why not we call it Rotary? So they called it Rotary. Rotary has been in existence for the last 117 years. And during this time, Rotary is in 140 countries, and currently we are 1.4 million members. Wow. So it's a huge organization, completely with volunteers.
And for someone who doesn't know what Rotary International is, how can they find you?
First of all, if I start from the top, we have a website, which is www.rotary.org. And if we go into that website, we will be able to know more about what Rotary does and how Rotary exists in the globe, around the globe. Secondly, in Rotary Ethiopia, we have an office. There is a website again. It is www.rotary ethiopia.org. And if we go into that, there are details of the contacts and what we do in Ethiopia as well.
You have been a full-time volunteer and dedicated Rotarian since 2013. I've also learned that you have this stellar experience at the United Nations spanning 28 years. With all these experience and expertise, how would you describe volunteerism when it comes to Ethiopian context?
Let me start, first of all, how it all ended up to be in volunteerism, starting from the many years of experience in the United Nations. In the United Nations, I started in Ethiopia, actually, and when I started as a local staff, I had this intention of going and knowing, diversifying knowledge, and also appreciating other people's culture, and also knowing the globe, how it looks like. So as a result, I started really looking for international position, and the first position that I had was in Kenya, in neighboring Kenya, and it was really beautiful to be there because one, the culture is different from ours, and you start really going through a little bit of the appreciation that we all are Africans, but Africa is, its diversity is amazing. So we were really enjoying, living there. Our kids also went to school there in Kenya, and we call it a second home now, Kenya. And going into international position, it was really an opportunity to learn more, to learn about the world, to know about what humanity is all about. Because my organization, which is the World Food Program, always feeds people who are displaced, drought affected, refugees, and people affected by different conflicts. So as a result, when you go to camp level, what you learn is really what is humanity after all. Can I help one person at least? Can I really bring up a person to another level? So always, while I was serving for 28 years, of course, most of it was at a leadership level. I was always interested in going to the field and meeting people and talking to people. So that attachment really was like, you start thinking about, oh, wow, I'm helping here, I'm assisting people here. But when am I going to get the opportunity to be back home when I'm active, when I'm energized, when I'm really in full health? That when am I going to get into this and give back to my people? Yeah. So this was going around my thoughts. And then come 28 years of service in the United Nations. And when my children, got off school, finished, settled, then I said, this is now time really to rethink about my passion. Okay. I have to be back home and start giving back to my people, to the communities which are underserved and less fortunate.
When we talk about volunteerism in the Ethiopian context, the usual diction, so to speak, is a short term. And also there's this issue of associating volunteerism with money. So drawing on your expertise and experience in the area, what are some of your thoughts about it, and how can these issues be, rectified?
First of all, I've been a Rotarian and a full-time volunteer since 2013, which is 9 years now. Yeah. And with volunteerism, I think I gained a lot. It's not always giving, by the way. We receive a lot in Rotary. I did decide, by the way, by giving nobody goes poor. This I want to emphasize over and over again. With the pension that we have, my husband and I, we always are there to support and to volunteer. So nothing really changed in our life. Probably, you know, the way that we look at life is not also just self, satisfaction, but also to go beyond yourself. Because there is a motto in Rotary which says, service above self. Wow. That is our motto. Okay. And I think this motto, for me, must be a life motto for everyone. Because we should serve people. We should, when I have everything here, and next door, there is someone who is suffering because of lack of resources or lack of opportunities, it's not always nice. And Ethiopia is known, by the way, for its tradition and culture. We lived in the era of volunteerism throughout. Okay. In Ethiopia, volunteerism or living together, sharing and caring has always been the motto of our life. So volunteerism, it's not a short time. Volunteerism comes from the heart. If it comes from the heart, it's going to be long-standing within you. My second probably reply to your question is, it's not always money. It's your time, it's your knowledge, it's your skills. Whatever you acquire, if you can be able to pass to others, that's volunteerism. Yeah. The young, they need us. And we need the young. That's where the link is in Rotary. In Rotary, there is 3 tiers of membership. From 12 to 18 we call them interactors. From 18 to 30 is Rotaractors, and from 30 above is Rotarians. So we are one family. We are working together and joining hands to support others.
And what do you think are the major bottlenecks and challenges when it comes to volunteerism, especially in the Ethiopian context? And what are some of the solutions that you suggest?
One thing is, leading volunteers is a huge challenge. And sacrifice. Yeah, it's a sacrifice as well, because, okay, the leader can sacrifice, but the whole issue is, when you are leading volunteers without, expecting anything in return. Probably the return will be in skills, in education, in experience, in other capacities like communication, training, capacity building. All this will come together as a benefit. But there is no monetary terms which is attached to volunteerism, because there will be no pay, no salary. You use your time, your energy, your resources yourself. So as a result, when you lead volunteers, the challenge is that you have to be accommodating in terms of their time, their resources, and you have to make sure that there is a good understanding between the two of you how you want the work to progress.
Azeb, I should have asked you this earlier. I see that you are wearing this chain of office. Can you tell me what they mean?
This is, we call it a chain of office. And it started long time ago. I'm the 98th district governor now for the district. So here you'll find 97 Rotary district governors, and I'm the 98th one. So this chain of office is used for official functions. When going to club visits, for instance, as a district governor, when I go to club visits, or sometimes when I meet government officials at a high level, I should wear the chain of office, just to show that This is Rotary International, and we are volunteers and philanthropic. Rotary International is led by a female president this year. And this happened only after 117 years of its existence. So for us, 2022-23 Rotary year is exemplary in bringing female into higher leadership position. So I'm also proud to work under the leadership of a female president, Jennifer Jones, who is from Canada, and things are changing, and her theme for the year is Imagine Rotary. Imagine Rotary. Without imagining Rotary, that polio wouldn't have been eradicated from the whole world. Water accessibility wouldn't have taken place. Health and education wouldn't have been nurtured and promoted. So all this, the 7 specific areas, including environment, peace and conflict resolution, all those wouldn't have happened if Rotary was not in existence. So we always talk about imagine when we start discussing issues in Rotary. So Imagine Rotary is the year. And for our district, I have another theme, which is let's march together. Nobody should be left behind. So all of us will go. So growing Rotary is going to be one of the best, promotion that we will make this year.
And also, can you walk me through some of the experience that you have had as a volunteer, the ups and downs, the challenges, and how have you managed to come out victorious?
First of all, as a governor, what I would like to be is an inspiring leader, an exemplary leader who can really pass on the leadership qualities that we require as volunteers. Secondly, for me, this position is very important for Ethiopia, because I am the first female leader from Ethiopia. So Ethiopians are very hard-working people. We always live in volunteerism as well, even if it's not practically translated into writing or into black and white situation, but it is always we are there to help people, and we are volunteers. Ethiopians are volunteers. This is what I say. And when we are volunteers, we should always keep in mind that the small thing that we do will be something to be remembered. So what is the legacy that we are leaving behind as human beings? We can volunteer, we can at least pass on our knowledge to others, to the youth, because they are the future of, the future leaders. So what are we really preparing for them? So when I came home after 20 years, the dream I had was really to go to universities or high schools where I can teach people, where I can really share my knowledge for college graduates, how to prepare CVs, how to sit for interviews, how to really communicate, how to nurture their public speaking, ability. So these were the issues that I wanted to do. So that requires a little bit of organization and structure. So I must say that universities, colleges should use the knowledge that we have brought back home, to invite us, to get us into the platforms so that we can contribute better. Because it's not only me. There are many, my friends, my colleagues, Rotarians at the senior level who are sitting there. So for Ethiopia, what I really dream is that we as volunteers, naturally, we should be more effective in passing our knowledge to our future generation. Ethiopians are people that really love to live in harmony, in peace. This is what, by the way, one of the 7 focus areas for Rotary is peace and conflict resolution. Rotary was sitting in the UN modality, in the UN platform, when UN was established. Wow. Our history is long. So that is where we should start and say that, we should be sitting in conflict resolution modalities as well. So this is what I feel we can do as Ethiopians. We can contribute as Ethiopians.
And I want to ask you this question. Do you have a role model in volunteerism? And can you tell me who?
When we grew up, what we know in our household was my parents were always, it's not only supporting people in material terms, but by advising, guiding, by showing the right way to people. And their home have always been, has always been open for everybody, to come in. And that volunteerism, I think, was nurtured within the household, and that's how we grew up. So now, when I'm thinking of my career as a volunteer, I always carry the principles of my parents behind my back.
Do you have any final message that you want to convey to our audience before we wrap up?
The last remark that I would like to make is a call to our youth, to the young generation. Rotary is a place to be. If you join Rotary, you'll improve on your skills, on your capacity, on your knowledge, and you will be key to passing that knowledge to others as well. We should be thinking of intergenerational, knowledge passing. So please come join Rotary. Rotary is a place for the young, a place for the senior, a place for retirees, pensioners, name it. It's not only for a specific category of people. So I call upon today, please, Ethiopians are volunteers. Why don't we come join Rotary and be philanthropic? The legacies that we are leaving behind will be cause-effective in terms of the life that we want to lead before leaving this world. Yeah. So I call upon the young, I call upon everybody to join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your ideas and for your time, and I wish you success in your career. Well, dear viewers, with that, we come to the end of today's program. Thank you as well for having been with us. Until I see you next time with another program, it's goodbye from me, Shifara Lago. Stay safe and take care.